2024 is just around the corner. That's the year we've decided that we're going to reach FIRE. In order to reach FIRE, we've needed to decide which accounts we're going to invest our money into. Stick around and we'll let you know what are the accounts that we use to achieve FIRE in 2024.
When you think about the account, it's basically the different options available to us. We are in Canada, we are located in Toronto. If you're new to this channel, my name is Jean.
I'm Christine.
And as Christine mentioned initially, we are planning to become financially independent in 2024. We are not far away, there are so many things to do, but one thing that it's part of our financial independence journey is investing. As a result, we need to invest somewhere. We need to invest our money in different options, and as a result, there are different accounts available to us. In Canada, and this is really important, we will be focusing today on the accounts that are available for Canadians. If you are in the United States, there is a similar account. Unfortunately, we don't have enough expertise to share with you, but you know the meaning. Here's how it's gonna work. We are gonna share with you the 3 accounts that we have been investing for quite some time. If you're new to investing, the accounts that we'll be sharing today are part of our journey, which it goes back to 10, 15, 20 years ago when maybe we did not. I don't think that you were investing at that time.
I didn't know what investing was.
Yes, I didn't know either, but you are smart and you're gonna do better than us with the account options available. We are gonna go through the accounts, what they mean, but not only that, we are also gonna share what kind of investments we are using on these accounts. First of all, we are not financial advisors. All the information that you have on this video and all the other videos that we have in our channel, it basically shows our experience so far. So many mistakes we have made along our way, and hopefully those mistakes can help you in our journey to financial independence as well. So
Let's get started.
Let's get started. The first account that we are going to be discussing is the RRSP, which stands for
Registered Retirement Savings Plan. It can also be referred to, you might hear it commonly referred to as the RSP. Same thing, less
Same
wordy.
thing. Yeah.
Dropped an R.
Yeah. For our friends in the US, the similar one is the 401k.
Yeah. And all this is, it's a tax deferred account. So you're going to receive the tax benefit of contributing to this account during your higher tax earning years. And the idea is that you get the tax break up front when you need it because you're earning more income, and then you pay tax at a lower tax rate later on in your retirement years, generally when you're earning less income. So the rate of tax that you will pay, because you will pay tax on the money that you put in, and the money you earn in it, will be at a lower rate.
In our case, we have 3 accounts, 3 RRSP accounts. I had one when I immigrated to Canada back in 2000 and something. I'm not gonna tell you when. Christine also had hers that she opened when you were a kid, maybe.
Yeah, when I turned 18, 19, that was the thing. We were told, gotta start investing for your retirement.
Yes, and after we met, we opened another one, which is the spousal RRSP. So in the end, they are all RSP accounts. So I had mine that I have been making contributions for quite some time, for so many years. And it was the same case with you.
Yeah, mine was a little bit different. I had contributed to an RRSP up until the point that I purchased my first home, and I withdrew that money under the home buyer's plan here in Canada. You can withdraw money from your RRSP tax-free, put it towards a down payment, and then repay that money over the course of 15 years. So that's what I did, and after that I stopped contributing. So once I had the down payment for my first house or condo, I stopped contributing because I earned so much income. It didn't make sense. I was going to be receiving a pension, I believed, at the end of my career that was going to make paying into an RRSP maybe not the wisest tax move. So I hadn't contributed for some years to my RRSP, and that's when Jean and I met.
We opened another one, which is the spousal RSP.
Yeah. So this RRSP is actually in Jean's name, but I'm the one that contributes. So I use my RRSP contribution room in order to contribute to this spousal RRSP, and it's in Jean's name. And that way I still receive the tax benefit because I'm earning a higher income right now. That drops down the tax that I owe. And later on, Jean will be able to withdraw that when we retire in his name, and then he'll pay a lower tax rate on that money.
Yeah, this is a really important point, and we did not know this until 2 or 3 years ago when we met with our accountant. What is the rationale behind? Christine has a higher income. If I do have a lower income, it makes more sense for Christine to open a spousal RSP where she makes the contributions on her name, but these contributions are going to my spousal RSP. As a result, as I do have a lower tax bracket, it's more beneficial for me, and we still have so many years ahead, so that's something that we learn throughout this process.
Yeah, and if you guys want some more information on that, obviously reach out to, if you have your own accountant, or just do some more research online, or message us. We'll be happy to try and explain it to the best of our ability. But again, not professionals in the accounting or tax field. No. That's just what we've discovered.
But we keep learning every day, right? So we never thought of doing that. So that's the reason why we have 3 RRSPs.
And within those RRSPs, we have transitioned our investments. So again, if you've been following our journey, we talk about all of the dividends and distributions we receive every month from our investments, and how over the last several months we've started to transition a number of our investments into ETFs. Those ETFs, for the majority of them, are within the RRSPs. The reason we have done this is partly because of the drawdown strategy that we received from our FIRE plan for 2024. Our RRSPs are going to be probably the last account that we begin to draw down. As a result, we don't need dividend paying stocks in those RRSPs. We want to try and grow them as large as possible so that when it becomes time to draw them down, the capital appreciation on the money that we've put in there is much higher. Those ETFs are US based ETFs. One is a total market ETF. The other one is a technology ETF. And they're US based because the US recognizes the registered and tax implications of the RRSP. And there is actually a tax exemption. So you do not pay any US withholding tax if you hold US investments within your RRSP. This seems like a lot of information, and it's all out there on the internet. If you want any more clarification, like I said, reach out. Not experts, but we'll try and help you out.
Yeah. Can I summarize just a little bit more? I'm not going to confuse you. For the RSPs, the best investment opportunities that we have is to hold US stocks.
Yeah. Flat out. Yeah. Good. Okay.
We didn't know that also. Sorry.
So the next, we're going to move on because this is going to get real long real quick. The next account is the TFSA, so the tax-free savings account. And what is the tax-free savings account?
It's free money.
Well, it's not free money. Let's be very clear.
It's not tax-free. It's tax-free.
And it's tax-free after you put it into the account.
Yes.
So I think that's the key, and that's the key difference between the two accounts. So tax-free savings account generally, well, it's not generally, you contribute to that with your after-tax dollars. So the money you've already paid the government tax on is what you put into the TFSA. The RRSP is where you're getting that tax break up front, and you only have to pay when you withdraw. TFSA, whatever grows in there, whatever you earn in there, you can pull it out at any time, tax-free. You do not have to pay the government a cent.
Yeah, exactly. For our friends in the US, the similar one is the Roth IRA.
Yeah. So again, we have 2 tax-free savings accounts. Jayon has one and I have one. Each year, a Canadian, as you're earning income, is eligible for up to $6,000. I believe every Canadian gets $6,000 worth of contribution room. So ideally, if you at all can, would be a great opportunity to try and max that out every year, because the opportunity is really amazing to be able to generate and earn income within that account, and at the later date pull it out tax-free. The government would never be able to tax your $50,000 of capital gains. Who knows, right? Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. This is a perfect account that you can hold Canadian stocks. You can also hold US stocks inside the TFSA. The caveat is for these accounts, you have to pay, I guess it's 15% the withhold taxes. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day...
Yeah, that's only on US or international stocks.
Yeah.
Not on Canadian stocks.
Not on Canadian. Canadian, you are good to go, but for the international ones, in our cases, the US stocks, you have to pay withholding taxes, but honestly, don't try to control that. You're gonna pay no taxes no matter what for the US stocks. That's what it's important to remember.
Yeah. And we say pay tax, but you don't really have to do anything because the tax just gets taken off from the dividend or the distribution that you receive. So you never even really realize that you're paying it, but you are.
Yeah. It's not a lot. I mean, at the long term, it's still beneficial. Don't think about that, but we do have, as Christine did mention, the TFSA accounts, one on each name, and this is something that have been growing over the last years, right?
So within our TFSA, we hold a Canadian REIT that pays out a monthly distribution, which will be beneficial down the road in our retirement plan. It's always nice to have monthly income. And we also have a stock that I'm purchasing with side hustle money, and a Canadian stock, and an international ETF.
Yeah. If you have not seen the side hustles and also the dividends, everything that we are mentioning in this video, I'm gonna link up here the playlist for the side hustles that Christine has. And last but not least, I'm also gonna link, it has to be here, so I was trying to use my side, it doesn't work. It's also on the left side, the dividend income. Every month we do share the dividend that we do receive from all of our accounts. Take a look if you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, and so the last account that we have in our portfolios is a margin account. And this is probably maybe one of the last accounts that people generally open. Normally, you'll max out your RRSP and your TFSA. And if you still have money left to invest, then you would most likely start opening a margin account. Yeah. So what's a margin account?
It's an account that you have that you make your investments as well. The difference is with a margin account, you are paying taxes up front, either for dividends or capital gains. No matter what, you pay taxes. On our case, we have these accounts divided in two parts. Christine has an account where we do invest the Smith Maneuver. If you are not familiar with the Smith Maneuver, there is also a playlist that we're gonna link up here. And all of the investments within the Smith Maneuver account, we are using with Canadian stocks. Why are we using Canadian stocks? It's better beneficial for us. There are government benefits for us in using that account. I'm not gonna give you a lot of details. There's a lot of information going on. Take a look on the playlist that I do provide more details. The other account that we have, which is still a margin account, I have a corporation, of course here in Canada, and my corporation invests in stocks. For this reason, I had opened a margin account where all the profits that I have from my corporation, I keep it inside this account, and I have been investing on stocks, and I have been, it's basically stocks, right? Yeah, stocks, ETFs, you name it, Canadian stocks, US stocks, ETFs, the swing trades that I also do on my side hustle playlist, link it here again. So that's the accounts that we do use for that. So for swing trades, day trading, you name it, we do use those margin accounts.
So I think we're going to put up on the screen a definition of a margin account. Is that a margin account allows you to borrow money to buy securities on margin. Unlike a cash brokerage account, which only allows you to spend as much money as you've deposited, a margin account leverages your purchasing power with debt. And that's the key as well. You can put in $100,000 into this account and they're going to turn around and say, oh, guess what? We're going to let you have access to $180,000. So now suddenly you have $80,000 worth of margin that you can also go out and purchase stocks or securities with. that's borrowed money. So you have to be very comfortable with leveraging your assets and taking on more debt, because that's what it is. It's debt. And if you lose it, you owe it.
You owe it.
Yeah, so just be very careful with that and be very aware that if you lose that money, you will have to pay it back.
Yeah, we do use it once in a while, but we know the risks. We know what we are doing, and we are comfortable in cases where we lose money.
Yeah.
I guess during COVID, a few months ago, you might have heard of Robin Hood, and one of the traders, this person even committed suicide.
Yeah.
This person was basically using the margin account. He lost money, he didn't know what to do, and he ended up committing suicide, which is really, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's just the misinformation that we have. Please do
just do your due diligence.
do your due diligence all
Make
the
sure,
time. We do use the margin account. We learn our lessons. We even mentioned that before in other videos where we lost money, but now we know what to do. We always have a stop loss on all the entries that we do. When we go and use those accounts, we know the risks and we know what is going to be the benefits, and we are always careful. So,
that being said, there is a really good upside to margin. So not only do you have access to more leverage in order to purchase more stocks and potentially earn or gain more capital gains or dividends, that interest that you're paying on those loans, just like in the Smith maneuver, because now you're borrowing money to invest, the interest, yes, you're paying interest on the borrowed money just like any other loan, but that interest now becomes a tax deduction at the end of your year. So don't get caught up about paying all the interest. Obviously, you're going to need to know how to claim it all on your taxes and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Just be very aware of borrowing the money, be comfortable with the debt, and realize that there, in addition to receiving more dividends or capital gains, there is also the side benefit of receiving a bit of more of a tax break on your taxes at the end of the year because of the interest that you've incurred to borrow money to invest.
Exactly.
In Canada.
In Canada.
I don't think that works in the States or elsewhere, I'm not sure, but in Canada.
Let us know in the comments below how it works, not only in the US, but we have friends, in Europe as well, so we know that in Australia, so I'm sure that it's different. So let us know in the comments below. Yeah. And another thing that it's also important, we are comfortable in doing that because we do have the support from an accountant. We meet with this person once in a while, and he goes with our finances and we say, here's what I'm trying to do. Is it worth it or not? What are the benefits? And that's why we are comfortable in doing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people you need to have in your life, and an accountant is probably one of them if you're going to start getting into margins, unless you're very good at numbers and whatnot.
We are not.
No. So those are the three accounts that we have inside of our investing portfolio. We have RRSPs, we have TFSAs, and we have margin accounts. Totaled up, I think we have 7 different accounts. It's a lot to manage, but you don't need that many. Mm-hmm. And definitely, if you're interested, all the information is out there. There's any number of people that you can ask, ourselves included.
Yes.
Feel free, message away. But yeah, that's where we are with our accounts. It's a bit of a shell game sometimes. which one is up and which one is down?
It is. Learning as we go.
Yeah.
That's the secret. We keep learning. We keep investing. So those are the ways that we are using to make more money, to save money, and to invest money. As a result, we will be able to retire in 2024.
Maybe 2023.
Maybe.
No, I'm just kidding. It's really
It's not going to happen. No.
I wish, but no. So that's our situation. We hope it's helped. We hope you guys took something away from this video. But again, this is just what we've decided works for us. Do your own research, do your own, internal checking to see what you're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So today we'd just like to say thanks to Adam, again, another fellow Ontarian. Mm-hmm. Thanks for all your comments and your emails and your support. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to hearing more about your journey to financial independence. So until next week, we hope you guys stay safe and well, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Right? We're planning to achieve FIRE in 2024. part of that journey is deciding where we're going to invest our money and which counts, which.
That's a really important part. So, I don't have to say so.
Money to buy securities on margin, and unlike a cash brokerage account, it allows you to spend as much money as you've deposited. That allows you,